guys, welcome back to my channel and happy new year. I hope you guys are all excited for this new year coming up. We're gonna be slaying our makeup in 2018, so let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial as usual. I have my eyes already primed using my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and then I'm just gonna go into my Laguna bronzer, and I'm gonna use this as my transition shade for today. Next, I'm going to be going into the Magic palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm taking the shade Nana, and I'm going to place this right on top of that bronzer. Then I'm going to go into the shade Zakia, and using the same brush, I'm going to place this into the crease. This is just going to start adding some color to the look and kind of give like a nice background to the next shade that we're going to be using. So now I'm going into the Limecrime Venus palette, and I'm taking the shade Muse, and I'm going to place this onto the crease as well, using a smaller tapered brush just to kind of get some more definition. And I'm really packing this color on just to make sure it really shows through behind the cut crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back to my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Ginger, and I'm going to use this to start cutting my crease. Just really take your time with this step so that way you get a nice, clean, sharp line. And of course you want to make sure that you're blending out that outer edge there, and then I'm just going to add some more Muse eyeshadow onto the outer corner to really diffuse that concealer out. Next, I'm going to go into the shade Icon from the Venus palette as well, and using a smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to go ahead and add this onto the outer corner just to kind of smoke it out a little bit, you know, give it some more drama and everything. So yeah. I'm then going to go into the Urban Decay Moondust palette, and I'm taking the shade Galaxy and Light Year, and I'm mixing those two colors up and applying that onto the lid and inner part of the eyelid. I'm going to really focus the shade Galaxy alone just on the outer part of the cut crease, just to really make sure that the glitter that we use later on has something to kind of blend into. And don't be afraid to kind of take a little smaller brush to really get the edges of your cut crease so it's nice and sharp. So now I'm going into my glitter. I'm using the NYX Face and Body glitter in the shade Teal, and I'm also using their glitter primer. So now that the lid is basically done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to skin. Jouer was so kind and sent me this amazing PR package. So I'm gonna be using a lot of their products today. I used their anti-aging hydrating primer just to prep my skin. Then I'm gonna be using their essential high coverage cream foundation in the shades Walnut and Nutmeg for my foundation for today. Because of course we want flawless skin for the new year, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out using my beauty blender. So once my skin is done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to concealer. I'm using the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. This is an old favorite of mine. I just love how hydrating this concealer is, and I'm just gonna apply that using a concealer brush. I'm also gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan just for a little bit of extra coverage. So are you guys excited for 2018? Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions or anything? Usually every year I always have the same resolution, and that's just to be better than I was like last year. So in all aspects of life, meaning like mentally, spiritually, you know, my relationship with God, I always try to just, you know, up the ante every year and just make sure I'm improving myself every year. So that's usually my goal or my New Year's resolution. But let me know if you guys have any goals for next year. I'd love to hear about them, and you know, maybe they'll give me ideas on what I need to improve on for myself. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and set my concealer using my Benai Banana Powder as usual, and you guys already know I'm just gonna go ahead and dust off any excess right after. Next, I'm going to go in with my SlaybyKC Matte Loose Powder just to set the rest of my face before I place my bronzer and contouring. Now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Tarteist Contour Volume 3 palette, and I'm using one of the bronzing shades just to kind of warm up my skin a little bit. I'm just going to be dusting this onto the cheekbones, forehead, you know, all the usual places. I think I used a little bit of that darker shade in the palette too, but I probably didn't even show it because I only used like a tiny little bit. But yeah, just to throw that out there. So now I'm going to go back to the eyes. I'm using that shade Zakia again. I'm going to really smoke out the lower lash line with this shade first. Then I'm going to go into the shade Icon from the Limecrime Venus palette, and I'm going to use that to kind of define the eyes a little bit more using a smaller eye brush. Then I'm adding some liner from Jouer Cosmetics. This is just their matte black liner. And I'm going to smudge that out using that same little eye brush. So now let's get into highlighter. I'm using Jouer's highlighter in the shade Skinny Dip. And then I'm gonna take a break from that for a second and apply my lashes from Kayla Beauty. These are in the style Chic. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up any highlighting. So brow bone, forehead, nose, you guys know the deal. Then to really glow and bring out these cheekbones, I'm gonna go in with my Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Conceited and just add that onto the cheekbones and the nose for a little bit of extra glow. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. This is one of my favorites. And I'm just gonna use my little angled brush to kind of fill in any areas that are needed. I prefer a natural brow these days, so I try not to go too heavy with the brow products and stuff. So I just literally place it wherever I need it. So for me, that's usually like the tail of my brow and the inner part of my brow. Next, I'm using my MAC Cork lip liner to line my lips. And then I'm going to use my Jouer lip liner in the shade Espresso just to kind of give my lips a little bit of extra dimension. For my lip color, I'm using Kylie Cosmetics Matte Liquid Lipstick. I absolutely love this shade. It's so pretty. It's like one of those perfect peachy nude colors. So I love using it with my MAC Cork lip pencil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out using my finger. And of course I had to add some gloss, so I'm using Jouer's lip topper in the shade Skinny Dip. And that's pretty much it for this look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. Happy New Year to you all. Oh yeah, thank you so much for the 50,000 subscribers. I know we're a little bit past that now, but I just really wanted to just let you guys know how appreciative I am for all of your support. You guys' comments like literally have me in tears sometimes, and I'm just really grateful for like all the support that you guys give me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, let me know what you think. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you guys in the new year.